Welcome to the Belly Boys podcast, where we talk about things that matter, things that don't. I go by Belly Boy Tone Capone.
It's your boy El Capo.
And we're here to fuck shit up. So this one's special right here. We ain't talking about just a DJ, we're talking about family. We known this dude for years, seen him grind, seen him grow, and he's been holding it down from Miami to the world. One of our day ones, a true belly brother, and a master behind the decks. You already know the name, DJ Effect.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's go. All right, so let's get into it. So, Effect.
Yes, sir.
I know you're a busy dude. You've been doing a lot of things. You haven't had the opportunity to come to a belly party.
But I feel like I've been there in spirit, man, because on any random Sunday, my whole social media feed is the party. And I feel like most parties, you just get the highlight reel, like that one special song that's playing or something. Yeah. But I get to hear all the songs. Like, it's like 470,000 posts every Sunday. And I guess it's a good thing or a bad thing, because I was like, man, I don't really know if I need to be there, because I could watch the whole thing in the comfort of my own home without picking out an outfit. But now I really want to come there.
Nice.
And I want to get the uniform, too. I feel like everybody wears the shirts and the hats now, and I just want to know how I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need one of those hats and shirts.
Yeah.
It's happening.
You said that.
It's happening. Oh, shit.
We do sell these for $15 as a pre-order.
Yeah.
And if you're not able to get one as a pre-order on the spot at one of our belly locations, because now we have 2 and soon to be 3.
Yeah.
You can get it for $20, but get it on a pre-order. Just DM me.
We'll also ship it to you.
Yeah, we'll ship it to
The
you.
best sales ever.
Yes.
Crazy.
So, Mr. Effect, this is your
oh my God.
custom-made belly hat there for you.
Yes, sir.
I got it for 50 if y'all need it.
Yes.
2 for $5.
Hell yeah. So, that means a lot. You saying that you see a lot of that shit going on, and coming from a marketing background, because you're heavy on that.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about it. Like, do you respect the marketing game? I'm assuming.
I respect the marketing game, because y'all figured out something that was needed. You know, I always said that the most successful parties, concerts, festivals, everything in the space is just about finding the void. You know, something that's missing. Everybody don't realize, like, people try to start parties by copying other people's shit, and then they're like, why isn't it working? But in history, anytime anybody that's found a void for a party is the one that, just marches with fucking victory, and y'all figured it out. Y'all were probably sitting home one Sunday like, I'm bored. I wish I had some shit like this to go to, and that's probably how it came about, right or wrong.
It's sort of a little bit, but it's like that.
I mean,
it was at an establishment.
He hit it on the dot. I mean, like what we always said from the first podcast to now, like, we did a lot of research. We did a lot of recon. We probably did recon for about a year.
Yeah.
Tony and I went and got drunk at every single
one.
Good brunch, bad brunch.
And how many times did y'all hear Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares in the process?
Oh my goodness.
A song of which we've never played at Belly.
That's my point. See, there's the void right there. That fixes everything. That and swag surfing, right? Please don't tell me you play swag surfing, right?
No.
Okay, so that's the salt and pepper shakers. Like, y'all figured it out right there.
You know how we do, man. It's nothing but hardcore, old school 90s hip hop.
Yep.
And we kept it gully with that.
But we started off stronger with that, right? But then we were hearing that we need to start playing a little bit for the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
So we figured that out along the way, and now it's a perfect blend of it all. And
you mean Put It In Your Mouth by Akinelli wasn't enough?
Oh my God. Yeah.
We have played that.
Oh, yeah, plenty of times.
Oh, yeah.
That's a girl anthem for the older ladies.
Hell
I think
yeah.
Days was the first one to kind of bust
I know
out
Days
there.
did do that.
Yeah.
Days did do that. But yeah.
So I got a question for you, man, because
Talk to me.
I've known you for a lot of years. And for those of y'all that don't know, like, how many years I've known this gentleman here, I remember walking into a club in South Beach, and I was just chilling. I believe you were there with me. We were chilling, having a good time, and I keep looking at this cat, and I'm like, yo, how old are you? He's like, how old are you? And I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then as I went to that club, I don't remember what club it was, I realized he was 16 or 17 years old DJing.
Yeah. Wow.
He was like, yo, they paying me $100. And then
I was so happy.
Yo, think about that, 16, 17. And
doing something you love.
Dude, but that goes to my question. Like, when did you realize that it wasn't a hobby? Like, it was something that you decided was...
That first 100 fucked my head up, man. Let me tell you something. I was like, shit, sneakers in one day? I had to work 3 weeks to get some sneakers. That was one night, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I got into music in an interesting way. I got into music because I used to play sports. I was terrible at it. And then I was diagnosed with what was called a bone cyst in my femur, where I couldn't walk for almost 2 years.
For real?
Yeah. So that's how I got into music. So I was like super frustrated. I came from being a drummer first.
And how old were you though?
This started at like 12.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So you're trying to figure shit out. My son's 12 now, so I understand like the growing pains and all that. So, I was like, man, what the fuck I'm gonna do now? Like I was super into baseball and football, but I knew I wasn't good. I was just doing it to do it.
Yeah.
So that happened, and I was like all bent out of shape, and then I had to have a surgery, and then I was like in a wheelchair and like all this shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then one random night, I was watching TV, and the movie Juice came on.
Ooh.
Right. It's funny now because when I watched the movie, you could tell that all the DJ scenes were fake as fuck. But But I saw it from like a competitive standpoint. So like I knew I wasn't great in sports, but when I got into music, I was more in love with the DJ battle than actual music.
Gotcha.
I grew up in a very diverse household. My father being Middle Eastern, my mom being from New Jersey, and their backgrounds being everything from Russian, Polish, Moroccan, all of these different influences.
Yeah.
Like music was whacked out. Yeah, music was whacked out in my house. Like my sister was listening to Nirvana and Oasis. There was no hip hop going on in my house.
Wow.
So it was just a mix of all types of shit. So, so I saw that DJ scene and I was like, that's what I want to do. Like it hit me just like.
And you had no experience before.
I had
that.
no experience, no one around me. None of it was DJ. None of it was hip hop. None of it was.
Right.
I didn't come up like in the Bronx and hip hop, and it's in my blood. It was something that just happened, and I fell in love with a moment, and then I got obsessed. And everybody who knows me personally knows I have a very obsessive personality. So anytime, that's why I don't fuck with drugs, because anytime anything I get into, I'm all in.
Obsessed with everything from cars, the watches, the clothes, the sneakers.
Psychotic.
But the same thing. But the same thing happened to him. It's funny how you said Juice. That's what influenced
me to start rhyming.
The movie?
Juice.
Yes.
Oh shit.
And that was actually one of our names
Tell
to
me
be
the story.
called instead of Belly.
Tell me the story.
That's crazy.
Oh man, no. So I was young as fuck. How old are you?
I just turned 40.
Okay, I'm 46.
Okay.
So I forgot what was I? I was like
We were going to the
I was
movie
like probably
theater.
like fucking 9 or
Yeah.
12 or 11 or some
I think
shit.
I was like 12 or 13.
And we just finished watching Juice, and we went to Peaches.
Yes.
The record store?
Yes.
Yeah, the record store.
You steal records in between the newspaper or no? Like in the movie?
And I don't know, but after that movie, man, we ended up at Peaches, and we were debating on who's gonna get the
this
Cypress
is
Hill
fucked
track
up.
and the
It's a
Juice
fucked up story.
soundtrack, and that's a whole nother story. But right there, when I was just like, it hit me like boom, and then I just started going home and I just started writing and rhyming, and it just became an obsession.
Do you remember your first rhyme?
Oh shit!
If you remember, you got to spit it. You have to.
Yeah, yo,
You
my
know.
lyrical formats bang harder than bats and form my mortalized combats. On attack the bone cats or rhyme spit like gas raps, smoking niggas like dime sacks. For the blazing on the mic louder than gun claps.
Yep.
That was your first rap at 9
bro.
years old?
Yes, it was.
9
And
years
I
old?
was on that.
It was like the real, everything was like, but that was the
You
first.
were 9 when you came up with that?
No, I think it was 10 or 11.
Somebody
12.
in your house smoked Newports.
No, he was about.
My mom. My mom smoked Newport and Marlboros. It was both.
Okay.
I was on that track, but it later got taken out.
Yeah, that was my first
Wasn't
real
that good.
rap.
Wasn't
my first real rap.
Yeah.
But like rhyming and doing all that diddly daddling, it was all like, just a bunch of freestyle.
He was always a natural, man.
Man, yeah, I was. Yeah. But
I'll
yeah,
admit,
it
I'll
was
admit
Juice.
I
It
was
was.
terrible.
I
I was terrible. Yeah.
No, you didn't. That shit was actually pretty good. It was like, what was it? Cut close like a scissor on the wheels of steel. What was it?
Every rapper said Wheels of Steel. I was like, yo. So he was like, you're really good. Everybody else, I was like, am I good? They were like,
Nope. But I was like,
He was being your friend. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like I was building
Yo.
them up.
yo, the
But
girls
anyways.
were like, yo, you're great. I was like, what about me?
You be the manager.
But to continue, go ahead.
So I saw that scene and I was like, I really want to do it. So I remember like going to my parents at the time. They thought I was out of my fucking head, right? So I was just like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. So like my father had a shelf system. Back in the days there wasn't no iPads. It was like you had the big thing with the
Yes.
record player on
Yes.
the top,
Yeah.
and he had all these random ass like Israeli records, and then he had like Bee Gees, like the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack and shit. So I was like, I gotta figure out how to like do this shit. So I would put on Power 96. I remember they had some shit called the 1030 Street Party. They would put on Power 96, and I would try to scratch on the shelf system over the street party and trying to fix it. So you know, my parents started seeing me get into it, and you know, my mom and my father has been a big supporter of my career. My birthday came up, and they had got me some turntables.
That's so dope.
Yeah, some like fucked up, old beat up, belt driven turntables, and that's when I fell in love with it. But it was weird. I got the turntables, but then it like dawned on me. I'm like, shit, I don't got no records. Like, how am I gonna do this shit? You know? So it's funny. So I was in school every day. And I would get $1.25 every day. I remember it was $1.25 for lunch at school. I skipped eating lunch the whole year at school. And every 3 days, I would take the money, go to Uncle Sam's record. I would go to school, skip at the end of school, jet down to Uncle Sam's. I met my boy Raul, who's also a promoter and a DJ now. Raul Ism, shout to him.
Wow.
And I would walk in there, and I remember I would start buying records. And like I was always 50 cents short every time. And Raul was like my OG at the time, and he would be like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. So instead of buying one record, I would always leave with two, because I remember the thing being short of the second record was 50 cents. And he would always look out. And I remember like,
That's so dope.
he goes, listen, man, I know you ain't. Yeah, super solid. So he helped me build my record collection. So when I got my hands on like my first 30 records, I'm like, I'm ready. So I was like DJing little house parties around the way, but it sucked because after like an hour, I'd be out of music and have to do my set over.
Oh, wow.
Then randomly, I got asked when I was like, at this time my leg situation started getting better, and then a friend of mine introduced me to a guy named Louis Knuckles.
Okay.
And Louis Knuckles was in a rap group at the time called
First Platoon?
First Platoon.
Yeah, you know Louis.
Oh, yeah, First Platoon.
Yeah. So I became their road DJ when I was 13. And, you know, the rule was with my parents, like, you could do whatever you want as long as you home by 11. So it was a problem. And we figured it out. Yeah. And Louis introduced me to DJ Spaz. DJ Spaz, I always say this till this day, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at, because that was the dude that taught me it wasn't just about scratching and being a battle DJ. He taught me the finesse and how to blend and how to mix and how to do blends. And he started introducing me to all the record promoters. He introduced me to like Doc Fresh, Juan, Edwin, all these iconic people. And they started, they saw my hunger from, I was young. So they started giving me free records. So I would get every record that came out. I used to have to fill out these feedback sheets.
Oh, shit.
If I liked the record, if I didn't. But I was always the young kid on the block. And everybody just appreciated the grind. And then I remember, like, when I started to feel ready, Rob De Niro at the time owned Club Cream.
Yeah, of course.
I used to drive this
Shout out to Rob De
motherfucker
Niro.
crazy.
Really?
I'm talking about psychotic, like, yo, man, let me play. Put me on. Let me play. Bro, I used to annoy him fucking crazy to the fact one day he was like, all right, fucking play already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. So he gave me the opportunity, and I went in, and I think at this time I was maybe 15, 14.
And how old was
15.
Rob De Niro?
Yeah.
Rob De Niro.
He's a little bit older than us.
Yeah.
Rob's got to be about maybe 55.
In his 50s. Yeah, probably in his 50s.
Yeah.
Damn,
and that's probably where I saw
that Beijing really does work.
Because remember, we were promoting that cream.
If you got a Beijing black beard and a bald head, you're money, bro. You live forever. You're 95 looking
I
30.
was supposed to do my 48 dark chestnut. I was running late. Thanks, Kadia. I was supposed to darken my shit up and bring myself down 5 years.
You're doing AI. Just give me that black shit.
Pause. Chestnuts.
So Rob was the first person to give me that shot. You know what I'm saying? So I played that first night, and he was happy, and he was like, do you want to start playing here like, every Saturday?
Yeah.
And
So from that time,
I was like, I gotta ask my mom. You know
Holy
what I'm saying? Like,
shit.
How old he was? 15 years old?
So wait, so you begged him to get on the wheels,
Every week.
and
bro.
that one time, and he was like, "Fuck it, goddamn it, go ahead." And then when you played, that you he was like, "Yo, okay, fuck that."
Yeah.
I think he was shocked because
Amazing.
people didn't realize, like, bro, like dealing with that leg shit and whatever. I had nothing to do, so I was home
Motivation.
practicing
Wow.
and practicing. And keep in mind, there was
Blessing in disguise.
there was no YouTube, there was no MP3s, there was none of this shit. Now
Right.
there was no like encyclopedia for DJing, so you had to fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm sitting home every day, like, do these two songs go together? Let me play them this way. Then I would listen to the radio and
That's
be like,
incredible.
let me try to mimic what DJ Laz did. Let me try to, what Cool G and DJ Suicide, all the guys that were on the radio at the time, I was trying to like study them on radio. That was the only research that I had.
Wow.
And think about it, DJs now, we know what's playing all over the country. But when I first started like coming up and I got to like 17, 18 and I wanted to play in New York and I wanted to play out of town, the only way for me to know what people were bumping was one or two things. I would have to fly there and study the radio and listen to Funk Flex and Red Alert and these people in New York, or I would have to start calling people to find out what records people were liking. Because now everybody plays the same thing everywhere. There's not like regional music anymore. Think about it. We had Miami Booty Bass when Mobb Deep was killing people. Motherfuckers was in Miami shaking their ass.
Yes.
There was no
And
like
nobody knew about it.
no one knew.
That's nuts.
So, so that was pretty much like the beginning of my journey. And then obviously my journey switched every 5 years because I never wanted to stay on that same hamster wheel. And that's why that's when I started getting into different types of music. Like I started up being raised in the hip hop world, but I would say I was probably one of the people in Miami or Miami Beach that pioneered the open format sound. And that's when I think that I really caught my break and started to flourish because I was a DJ that was playing Jay-Z, but playing Depeche Mode and playing Oasis. And that's when like my sister's knowledge kicked in of music and my mom's knowledge.
Yeah.
And I was able to know how to play multi-genre. And multi-genre at that time wasn't a thing. And it happened organically one night because I was drunk and I started playing random ass shit.
Yeah.
And that's when like the people from Opium Group at the time, which was like Mansion, Privé, Mokai, all of those clubs, that's when they kind of fell in love with my sound. I covered one night for a DJ at Club Bed on a Monday, and that's what just kind of opened the floodgates for me. Like I got a random ass opportunity to play this room that was an iconic party. And the night that I played there, the owners of a bunch of other venues were there. And that night, my career exploded by the following week. And that's how everything started for me.
Stars aligned.
Yeah.
Wow. That is an incredible story.
Yeah. So that's like a short version.
Shit.
Yeah. Wow. But that, that's why I tell DJs now all the time. I'm like, man, don't follow the rules, break them as long as you're not doing anything that's gonna hurt nobody. Like if you feel like you're pushing the boundaries, push the fucking boundary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the other night I played at the Hub and in the middle of my set at 2 a.m, I started playing the theme song from Titanic just because it felt like it was appropriate. And the owner was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I like lower the volume fader and the whole club singing Celine Dion.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just sometimes you just gotta think outside.
How do you feel after that?
He was like, well,
whatever
you want to do, keep doing it. Yeah. So, I mean, shit, I don't know. I wouldn't expect it. But, I mean, to me, that's what makes memorable moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you guys do this shit all the time. You find a void and then you figure out how to fill it and make it cool.
We find them by accident.
So now Celine Dion is like my new dreams and nightmares. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's the reset joint.
And we're always listening, too. That's one of the things that we're very good at is that if we hear through the grapevine that there's something that people aren't really feeling, we make it known, and we actually been on the and I'll go. Listen, we've heard, we're executing.
So
and
can I interview you for a second? Can you tell me what that is? I want to know like what is something that happened since you started the Belly Party that people were like, oh no, that ain't it.
That's not it.
Like a thing, like you said, if somebody talks, you listen. Like if something ain't good, like what is one thing that I'm just curious as a fan to know.
So one of the things that we're listening is that it was too small and it was a little too hot.
Oh yeah.
So. We're talking about here. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, we're listening. Okay. All right, you're cramped. It's a little too warm for you. Okay, so now we're making moves. So then we went to work. We started looking around. We wanted to keep it. Yeah. We wanted to keep it in the same location. We ended up going to chemistry, having a meeting with them, bigger place, ice cold AC. Fix the problem. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And you felt like the vibe was better?
Well, the vibe is okay.
Or different.
Let's talk about it.
Well, let me get back to that last question. One of the things that we've been able to do is adapt. Like, if people tell us stuff, and they go on our Instagrams, they put comments, they say, man, the one thing about the Belly Group is that they listen. No other promoters out there listen. I don't care about drinks. I don't care about door entry. I don't care about music. Nobody listens. If you look at any of the other parties that are going on right now, you could say, oh, man, they play the same songs over and over again, whether it's in Wynwood or whether it's in downtown Miami or whatever. They'll say, yeah, they play the same music, but none of the promoters are listening and none of the DJs are listening. We actually listen because of the fact that we care about
because we care. Following. That's the word.
Yeah, and they've said it plenty of times. They're like, you guys show that you listen and you care. We're not used to that.
Exactly.
So,
I'm going to tell you something that I think that y'all did that was smart. You guys brought in multiple DJs from multiple backgrounds and even age demographics, right?
Yes.
So that's perfect for this world where people have ADD like a motherfucker. Like once somebody's getting tired of something, it's like that scroll effect on social media. Like they're tired of this DJ, boom, scroll up, and then it's the next person that plays. And I think,
or you want a water or Red Bull, or what do you want?
I'll take whatever.
Yeah,
water's cool.
You want a drink?
No, get a drink.
I have whatever they drinking.
There it is.
That's tequila.
It's
tequila?
Double because he needs to catch up.
It's tequila.
I mean, do you want tequila?
What is that?
It's Tito's.
Oh no, tequila.
Tequila.
Yeah,
good shit.
Yeah,
good shit.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you.
And Double, he needs to catch up. All right, but you were saying we don't want to.
So I think that's an important thing. Every party has a different formula. Some some parties are DJ driven, some are gimmick driven, some are music genre driven, and everybody finds their formula. I think what has been working for y'all is just seeing that you have some of the OGs, you have some of the young people, you bring in the guest DJs that a lot of people are in Miami are afraid to book.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Which is Which ones?
What do you mean?
Which DJs?
I mean, to me, one of my favorite DJs on earth. Y'all book.
Which one?
Scram knows. Scram is one of my close friends.
Yeah,
and
he
he
told us
and he is I think. I mean, I'm gonna say this. It might piss off a lot of people. I don't think there's a DJ from a creative standpoint and a technical standpoint that does clubs better than him.
Agree.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? There might be like DJ Craze. I know that like on a battle, Craze might take him in a battle, maybe.
Yeah.
But what I will say is
I don't even think Craze will take him.
from a technical ability and a party rocker and a producer
Yes.
and an MC.
Scram.
There's nobody fucking with
and
Scram.
Scram
a
all
rapper.
day.
He raps, produces everything.
He's
all
my
that
he's
shit.
my favorite DJ. Period.
Yeah.
And
He's
knows
mine
that.
too.
and
He's mine
besides that,
too.
the most humble,
Cheers, motherfucker.
famous. Cheers.
You already know.
Cheers, brothers.
Oh shit, man. Air toast, man, with our broken
Here's
hips and
to
backs.
squirting on the
Yo,
table.
by the way, shout out to Scram Jones. Happy birthday, my brother.
Happy birthday, Scramsies.
Yeah.
Shalom, fucker.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Baruch Hashem. You know I know the whole bread blessing.
I know.
Baruch Hashem Allah. Wait.
He went all out. Wait. What does that mean?
Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lekem min haaretz.
That's
wow.
good.
Bam.
And it's Friday. Shabbat shalom,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Shabbat Shalom, man.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
Shabbat Tova.
Shabbat Tova, okay.
Shabbat Tova. It's
Yeah.
been a long time.
Yeah.
He's like, that's like the Puerto Rican Israeli version.
I know it too. Lachaim.
Yo, you know that I went Orthodox for 4 months.
And what? What do you mean you went Orthodox?
It's a long story, but I went from Christianity to Messianic Judaism to straight Judaism very fast. And it got to the
Are you
point.
circumcised?
No, I am. Well, thank God that happened because I don't want no anteater. You know what I'm saying? But
Yuck.
Yo.
no motherfucking snorkel. But but,
This shit just went so left field.
Oh, Jesus.
so but yeah, or a slinky. But whatever.
Yo, what the fuck? And it's sad you know all these names, dude. What the fuck?
Usually called a turtleneck, but
Oh shit, turtleneck's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. Remember the little fucking things you put your
Yeah.
fingers in?
Oh, yeah.
But anyway,
the fuck they put in that drink, bro?
you got it now, brother. But anyways, that's a whole nother story we could talk about now. But anyways, all right. So I got a question.
Yeah.
So you've DJ'd in Miami, of course. I mean, that's like your home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know, what is the other best place you've ever DJ'd that you felt like, God damn, this is awesome.
There's been like a lot of big moments. I don't know. You talking about like a city that rocks or just like a party that was like, holy shit?
Anything
like-
other than Miami or Florida.
It could be New York or a country.
I'll tell you a moment that I was like, I got to my hotel after the end of the night and I was like, God damn, like I fucking made it. Like it hit me, like, cause it was years and years and years of doing well. And I'm gonna also insert a promo. I'm dropping a book in in January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's called A Journey of Mental Health, but the name of
Nice.
the book is Please Don't Stop the Music. So I'm dropping in January, talking about the journey of like, you know, I don't know if you guys speak to DJs all the time. Most of us are fucked up in the head because
I
of
agree with
the crazy amount of highs and lows of like you're in a club
industry.
DJing for 1,000
The
people,
industry.
then you're home by yourself,
Yeah.
and then
Shit.
yeah, and I'll talk a little bit more about the book in a second, but yeah, so this was like, I don't remember what year it was. Jessica Rosenblum, the iconic nightlife promoter and DJ manager.
Yeah, she's been around a long time.
She heard me one night playing at Live. I don't know if people know this either. I was the original Live on Sunday DJ for the first
Yeah.
3-4 years of the party, until there was a fork in the road where Opium Group was like, you got to pick the 6 nights with us or the one night over here.
Yeah.
And I had left Live on Sunday to stay with the Opium Group. But 2 weeks before I made that transition, she heard me play and she was like, I really like the way you play. You know, I would like to get your phone number and book you. So I thought, first of all, I was starstruck because I'm like, yo, this is the iconic Jessica Rosenblum that Funk Flex talked about. She started the tunnel. Like, she's a legend. She's a
Yeah,
white,
she is.
older Jewish lady that was the anchor of hip hop culture in New York City. Not in the outer boroughs, but like in the ritzy, fly world of
Wow.
New York City in the 90s. She was that person. She was like a Studio 54 queen that went to becoming like an iconic hip hop
Amazing.
promoter. So when I saw her, I was starstruck because I already knew who she was. And I remember Funk Flex used to shout her out like on 60 Minutes of Funk and all those big albums and shit. And I was like, she's never gonna call me. And this was a Sunday. She called me the next day. She's like,
No.
do you want to do Greenhouse in New York Tuesday?
Wow.
Then I was like tomorrow? She's like, yeah, tomorrow.
Wow.
So I went out to New York, I did my thing, and then I winded up landing this residency in New York. And I was living in Miami, and I was going to New York, if not every week, every other week. So I was doing like Greenhouse, RDV, Whip, 10 June, Pink Elephant, One Oak, all the iconic spots.
Oh, wow.
Like literally how that moment happened for me in Miami.
Yeah.
That one opportunity happened for me, and I did the first gig in New York, and then I was like the New York guy.
Wow.
I
Wow.
winded up kind of like almost I was living in New York more than Miami, and I was just kind of coming back and forth. And then she's like, "Look, I got a really big opportunity that's coming up. It's not a big payday, but I think you should do it." She's like, the legendary Mark Pitts. She's like, it's his birthday. It's the BET Awards. He does his big ass party every single year, and I want you to DJ it. It's gonna be you and Chuck Barrett. And Chuck Barrett's a friend of mine, another New York legend DJ. And I was like, yeah. I said, whatever you want me to do, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, you already proved to me you got my back, and you ain't gonna let me make no wrong decisions. If you're saying it ain't about the money and it's a shitty check, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she flies me out to New York. I'm DJing. And it's at this club called Playhouse in New York. Not the strip club in Miami, but the iconic Playhouse in Hollywood. I'm DJing and I'm like, man, this party kind of sucks. Right? That's like the first 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden, I guess the awards finished. Because I didn't go to the awards.
shit.
But, and then it was like a light switch and the room was full. And I'm
wow.
like, but I'm like, so I'm like, you know, what's the catch here?
Yeah.
Sierra walks in. Usher walks in. Fucking
Wow.
Miguel walks in when Miguel was on fire. And just the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
So then about an hour after that, and you could Google the images. It's a crazy picture. So if you're gonna edit it, put this right here. But fucking, I'm DJing, Usher's performing, Sierra's right here, Diddy's right there.
Jesus.
Before Diddy got, you know,
Diddied.
oily and shit. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and all of my favorite artists and all of the celebrities all at once in the same room,
And
and,
you're
I'm the one I'm orchestrating.
You're
it.
orchestrating
I'm
it.
literally on the mic telling them
That's
like, "Yo,
fucking-
Usher, Sierra," and I'm in the middle, like no script, no script. But
in the middle, you're go ahead.
it didn't dawn on me, right? So I'm like rolling with and I felt like this was my moment. I'm supposed to be here. I'm not thinking about like, oh, lucky me.
right.
So the night was over so fast because when you're taking
That's
in
adrenaline.
the amount of dopamine that was
The
hitting my
dopamine.
brain, I fucking smoking crack wouldn't have done that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get back to my hotel and I'm laying in bed by myself. I didn't even feel the need. I was single back then. I didn't even feel the need to want to have any company.
Right.
I was laying
you
in my
were
bed,
loving
laying
your
there like,
own
level.
company.
He's on
I was
Like,
just
I
like-
did that.
And I was sitting there like, what the fuck? And then it was literally like a moment that I had fell asleep. And like 2 hours later, I woke up and I'm like, was this shit a fucking dream? Like what? Like I had to like, I couldn't connect the two. And I'm not even trying to like gas it. I had to like check my phone and pictures because I felt like I was dreaming.
Wow.
Type of shit.
Yes.
So
That's some
it was like
shit.
that
It
night
is.
where I was like, holy shit. But then again, it comes back to like what I talk about in this book that I wrote, where it's like the highs are the highs. So after that, it's like, where do you go from that?
Right.
I got back to Miami and I was like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
some 2,000 people, I don't give a fuck.
Your whole mentality
It
changes.
fucks you up.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting that a little bit from this experience of what we're doing with Belly.
What do you mean?
You know,
Yeah.
it's like sometimes, our parties are fucking great. And then, never have we ever had a bad party.
Luck of the draw, we haven't had one bad
We have
party.
never had one, but then-
like knock on wood. I mean, because
Where's the wood at?
like you say it, and then the next party is. But we've just had a lot of luck with that. But I see what you're saying because we wake up on Mondays, we call each other at 6, 7 in the morning after the party. You think you're tired, but the adrenaline is up here. I don't
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
I'm sitting
Me
literally
too.
like this, and my wife's like, "Take your ass."
Yeah,
to
because
sleep.
part of being a perfectionist, you're a psycho.
Exactly. That,
You know what I'm saying? Like you're worrying about shit that no one in that crowd's thinking about. You're like, somebody might have felt sweaty in this place and
Yeah.
complaining, and in your head you're taking that shit to heart. You're like, man, we gotta find AC. We gotta find AC. But the truth is, I mean, the shit was still packed, right?
Yes.
So it's like
Yes.
men in general, like you're your own worst critic. You know what I'm saying? It's like-
100%.
I agree with that.
I've been saying that even when
Yeah.
I was in my rapping days. Crazy. And he'll tell me all the time, like, you beat yourself up too much, man. Give yourself some credit.
I tell that to
I'm
T
like,
all the
fuck.
time because our
Yeah, I'm like that.
successes have outweighed our losses hugely. So I always I feel like in our life as we get older, we got to pat each other on the back and say, you're doing a good job. Because not everybody's going to do that because nobody cares about you.
Nah, but the number one thing no one teaches you is how to celebrate small victories. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
social media is like perceived that everything is perfect and everything is a
big.
movie
Right.
and everything's the biggest deal in the world. That
Yeah.
you're doing all these small victories that is probably victories you never even had in your life, and now you're having them and you're like shitting on your small victories because you're like, they're small.
Yes.
But the truth is, though, like if you don't celebrate your small victories, you ain't even realizing you accomplished a big one by having 10 small ones.
Jesus
So, like,
Christ, I needed to hear that
Yeah,
one.
like
Holy shit, I needed to hear that shit. I needed to hear that shit.
Again,
Woo! That was church.
The reason why I wrote this book is because it's not about, oh, look at me, look what I did. Because I don't even talk about that shit. I don't even talk about, I just talk about the scenarios of the victories and like how you get to a point where when you stop appreciating your wins, it's the worst mental thing that you could go through, even more than like not having wins at all. Like sometimes, I'll be honest with you, there's been times in my career where I literally self-sabotaged on purpose because I wanted the feel of climbing again. Because when you level out at the top, it gets boring as fuck. Like if you're doing everything and you know that no matter what, like you're there, sometimes what's the next feeling?
That's fucking crazy.
That's why people turn to drugs and freak offs and all that weird fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, instead of me thinking about drugs and freak offs, let me break my shit. Let me self-sabotage. Let me curse out an owner or a manager and tell them to fuck off. Let me get fired and let me get the experience and thrill of getting it back again.
Wow.
I know it sounds psychotic.
I understand it.
Sometimes you got to knock down a small house.
Like
you got to knock down a small house to make a bigger one.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
I'll
what
tell
it
you right now, it sounds like a mirror image of him.
Wow. Shit.
Because this dude right here is extremely hard on himself. And like I said, I think that there's a good, like, I wouldn't say Adam and Eve or Salt and Pepper, but I think sometimes it's good to have somebody like where if they self-destruct, you got that other person to say.
That's why I
hey, man,
cannot.
you know what? Calm down a little bit. You're doing a good job. Keep up the good work because you don't.
The yin and yang is right here.
Yeah, because you don't always want to tell people they're doing bad, but you also don't want to always tell them they're doing good. You know, you just want a little of both.
The balance.
Sometimes there's nothing wrong with just crashing the fuck out sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
crashed the fuck out.
Sometimes it's necessary.
I crashed the fuck out.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I will crash the fuck. That's
what
why
they
when
say,
these
if it wasn't for the rain, would you appreciate the sunshine? It's like one of those things, you know? Like,
and now we're very familiar with the rain.
Oh.
Every single
Every single
motherfucking belly
belly.
is a not even rain. It is a storm. It's a monsoon.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
every single one.
every single one. And the thing is, it's like I'm stressing out. I'm going crazy. He's like, calm down. Calm down. I'm like, nah, fuck this shit. This is fucking bullshit. I can't believe this fucking goddamn weather. I'm like, God. I'm like, God. You know, but this is the thing, right? Then at the end of the day, we're still packed. So I always come out with the video talking about we had the monsoon, stressing the fuck out, and y'all still showed up. Thank you. You know what I mean? And that's another thing that they appreciate.
But that's also the blessing of those once-a-month parties, bro. People don't want to miss it. If they feel like they could come next week, it's always watered down, literally with the rain or whatever. But like the point is that y'all are doing the right thing. And the thing is with old school, there's not a lot of new music coming out to be old school. So it's kind of hard to do it every week.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the old school music, in general, when you talk about like our era of music, they're not doing it anymore. Like I think Mobb Deep came out with an album.
We have robots making music now. Like we're officially here and we're officially fucked.
Dude.
Yeah, oh my God, I can't believe you just brought that up.
Yeah, but I mean,
wow,
I think
that's been on my mind. Like
I do like that 1950s Eminem AI though. That's pretty fire.
But I think it's cool though that we can look back at our old school music and say, all right, we can play this now. And you got people in our era where we say it's 40 and over, where you got people that walk into a building and they actually tap us on our shoulder and go, man, I haven't heard that song in 20
a bazillion years.
Well, I haven't heard that song since I left New York. Or my mom died and that's the song that got me through high school. Or you're like, man, I really appreciate that. I get chills even talking about it.
Yeah, we get that all the time. And it's an amazing thing.
I'm going to tell you the upside of it too, though. Like, because you guys probably don't hang out at like the younger parties. And fortunately, I still DJ a lot of those. The cool thing is now because of TikTok and viral trends and shit, there's a lot of younger people. I'm talking about obviously not under 21. I don't know because I'm in the 21. I don't do the all age shit, but like 21-year-olds requesting shit like Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk is refreshing. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know that? Oh, it was the TikTok challenge.
Oh my God.
And you know,
and that's why they like it. That shit's annoying though.
But the thing is, they like it because it's good. So whether it's a trend or not, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta embrace your blessings. And that's why that's why there's a huge resurgence of older DJs back in the mainstream clubs again, because the younger people don't have the attention span to do this job.
Yes.
Right.
The average person who's scrolling all day won't know how to play 500 songs in 3 hours
or
and
they're just
figure out how to
DJ that knows how to hit play.
Or like I was watching a podcast the other night. I forgot what rap. I want to say it might have been Smith and Wesson. Does Smith and Wesson have a podcast?
Oh yes.
Okay, so they were interviewing somebody, or maybe they reposted the clip. I saw a thing that went viral
Yeah,
last
we did
week.
the podcast with him.
Okay,
And we did the concert too.
So the DJ, well, somebody, I think it was someone else's podcast that posted a clip, or they posted a clip where it was like,
Epps did a DJ Epps did a
Epps did it.
Epps did a podcast with them as well.
I just remember something popping up.
After
and
our better
they
one.
were interviewing, or somebody was interviewing one of these like younger White House DJs, and they were like,
Yeah.
"What is something that you could live without in the nightclub?" And he was like, and it was a big DJ, like a John Summit, like one of these like arena selling DJs.
ones?
And
EDM dude? Okay.
and he was like, "If I never heard a DJ scratch again, I would be the happiest person ever. That shit is just nonsense and noise."
Oh no.
Wow.
And I think Smith and Wesson actually played the clip, and we're like, "What the fuck is this? Like, this was literally last week."
That's crazy.
Have you ever really watched one of their DJ sessions where they're not dancing? The music's playing and they're all sitting there staring.
I can say something in defense of that. There's two different types of parties, and there's two different types of DJs. And some of these DJs are artists; they're not DJs. Even though they're up there as a DJ, some people go to watch the show, and then when people come to parties, they come to listen to the DJ.
Right,
So you have the
yes.
people that come to listen and people that come to watch. I used to be fucking talking shit all day on social media, like, you know, I forgot Klein Music. They're like 3 DJs that play Afro House.
Yes.
And 1,000 people will watch them in Egypt, and everybody's just there at the phone. And I'm like, yo, this shit is stupid. But then I started to understand that, like, there's a difference. Like, you know, some people go to Beyonce's show to see Beyonce, not necessarily listen to her.
Right.
It's the same thing, because these DJs now are considered artists. They're
Yeah.
not there playing other people's music. They're playing their own shit that they make.
Yes.
And people are going there to see that.
Right.
So Calvin Harris was talking about it in an interview where, like, he was playing at Live, and somebody walked up to him requesting Calvin Harris, not knowing that Calvin Harris was DJing. While Calvin Harris was playing Calvin Harris, somebody was requesting Calvin Harris. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, no way.
So you talk about like ignorance and shit, like.
Wow. That's
But
crazy.
I can't knock their hustle, because I feel like there's different genres, there's different strokes for different folks. You guys found a void. Your void caters to that crowd, and those DJs have an audience that caters to them. And all of the hate between both sides is like, yo, we could all shine, we could all make money, we could all eat.
Exactly.
But what about you though? Like, for example, with Higher, like, would you consider that a song where people should dance? By the way, that's one of the songs that he produced.
So I'll tell you,
created.
like, for me, I don't put out music for the standpoint of like, oh, I want to make a hit, or I make shit.
But it was a banging song, by the way.
So I make music every day. I actually had a release today to artist who signed to BMG Records. His name is Big Fletchy.
Okay.
His single dropped today that I produced with the Hit
Fletchy.
Crew.
Nice.
Why does he sound familiar?
Because he went.
Is he with Andy Boy?
Yeah, but
Okay.
he went super viral
He
because
he could sing.
he could sing and rap.
Yo,
but he went
actually-
super
What's his
viral
name?
last
Dude,
year.
Big Fletcher.
You're gonna know what it
you
is.
know Andy Boy Genius. Andy Boy Genius
Yeah.
from We the Best Entertainment. Big ball head dude. Yo, cool ass dude,
Big
man.
boy head. Oh, so
Yeah.
what,
So
what
we
song
joined
am
up
I
together
gonna
now.
know?
Now it's
Oh,
me,
you're
him,
with-
and Diego. It's called Hit Crew.
Oh, shit.
And that so we produced that song for
What's
Fletchy
it-
that
but
came
you
out
said
today.
I'm gonna know the song.
Oh, you're not gonna know the song because the song came out today. You'll know
Dude,
the
the
artist
kid
because
can
he
sing,
went
dude.
he went super viral last year because he dressed up as Peter Griffin and it was rapping in the middle
Bro,
of like
he can-
Mississippi. And
Tony, he can
LeBron
sing,
posted
dude.
it. Drake posted it.
He's a big white dude.
He's a big white boy
But
from
he
Mississippi.
he could sing.
He
And
could
you're like,
spit.
oh shit, I'm
could spit.
shocked. Yeah, man.
Really?
And then Andy Boy, he's a killer producer. Shout out to Andy Boy Genius. That's my
Okay.
boy, man.
So I had took a couple years off from
Yeah.
producing because I have a long history in the producing world. A lot of people probably don't even know about. Like I was working with Timberland for a long time.
Pitbull.
Pitbull. I did records for Pitbull. Worked with Flow Rider. All these different people. But I was working with side by side with Timberland for a long time, and he was my idol. And
Yes.
a lot of false promises happened, and then after those false promises didn't come to fruition. I don't knock it because the best shit I've ever learned in the music industry was from him.
Timberland.
He taught me how to go from being a beat maker to a producer. So
Wow.
I'm not gonna say I regret any of it, but he kept telling me shit like, yo, next year, this time you're gonna be in a different situation. Next year, this time you're gonna see money you ain't never seen in your life. All the stars are gonna line for you. I see something in you that I haven't seen in anybody. He was telling me all this shit. On my birthday, he gave me a Moog keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Like my idol.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when all of it started, and we never fell out, it's just it went from like every day to every week, and then he kind of went through whatever he went through, and he really came back strong with verses and everything. But after that, I was like, damn, I was in a room with Timberland. I got to work with fucking Cher and T.I. and like all these crazy, all the
Cher?
big artists.
Terror Squad.
Terror Squad, but
Cher?
that didn't come from Tim. My relationship with Joe is from being on radio,
Yes, of
which we could
course.
talk about in a second.
Yeah.
But after that, I was like, man, like I'm never gonna have an opportunity like I just had and nothing came from it. Like, fuck this, I'm done with producing. Like, I literally, all of my equipment was in the corner, and I was just like, I just fell out of love with it so fast. And then like 2 years ago, my wife was like, I really wish you would go back to making music again, even if nothing comes from it. I just remember how happy you were making music.
Yeah.
So I started making music, and then when I started making music, I went in from it a standpoint like, I'm not chasing placements. I'm not trying to get records to artists. If I make a house record, if I make a hip hop record, if I make a pop record, whatever I make, I'm just gonna keep putting it out and putting it out. And I started putting shit on SoundCloud like every week and whatever. And somebody came to me and they were like, yo, we like this one song you did Higher. Do you want distribution for it? And we'll put it out. And that record came out, and to be honest with you, didn't do amazing. But the fact that something went from my computer in my house to SoundCloud to distribution started giving me that hope again, right?
From nothing to something.
And a cat like me that don't even listen to EDM, the fact that I listened to it, and I actually texted him, I was like, yo, that shit is dope.
Yo, I gotta hear that.
Yeah.
I gotta hear it.
So, you know, and then from that, like Andy was like, bro, you need to start getting back in the studio. I'm like, well, I've been working at home. My chops are back up. I feel like I could work again. He was like, yo, I got this artist in town. You should come through and just come sit on a session. Maybe you got some ideas. And then it went from that to like us locking the fuck in. And we did this dude's almost his whole fucking project. So the first, actually, crazy enough, the first single dropped this morning.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And it's already like, he's got a lot of attention.
Because I know that Andy's been putting stuff, like little stuff on him. And when you see him, you're looking, you're like, who the fuck is this kid? But then when he actually spits, you're like, I'm telling you, you get chills because he's skilled.
How old is he?
21.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude,
20?
he's T.
Wow.
T.
All right,
And
I'm
you know
definitely.
me.
But
You
think
know me
about it.
about
He
me.
went.
I know you.
And the crazy thing is, I was kind of concerned at first because I was like, bro, it's crazy talented he is. I was like, I
And the way
hope
he
that
looks, yeah.
I hope that him going viral for dressing up like Peter Griffin is not going to be the thing that torments him. And honestly, no one even put two and two together. So he's already building like this amazing fan base. But it's kind of crazy. Like you're in Mississippi, you're putting shit on the internet, and then all of a sudden, LeBron James and Drake and all these people are like reposting your shit.
Wow.
Because he's just that fucking dope.
Damn.
Now, is he here now? He lives in Mississippi.
No, he lives in Mississippi.
Okay.
He's one of the best people I met in his game, like from like a real humble standpoint. And honestly, the first record wasn't made to be for the clubs. It was made, he lost both of his parents and shit. Or
really?
I don't know if it was one or both. I don't remember. But this song was a kind of like a dedication to them. And anybody that's lost somebody, this record will have your fucking hair standing up.
Really?
Yeah. It's just like you could tell, like he's from the heart.
Yeah.
And you could tell, and he got that bitch like in 2 takes.
Yeah.
You could tell that he was spilling his heart out on the record.
Really?
And it was that's what was the thing
Yeah.
that was crazy to me is that labels usually don't pick those as first releases. They want like the TikTok shit and then this and that. It was
want the
so
gimmick.
it was so good that they were like, fuck the gimmick, we going from the heart. And I see me and Andy this morning, we were talking, we was reading the comments, reading all of the interactions and everything back and forth. Bro, no hate. And to be on social media and see no hate is crazy.
Yeah.
Why do I have a feeling that I'm getting a vibe since you said Mississippi? I don't know why, but it's like a Bubba Sparks kind of like sound.
No.
Or
Fuck no. Maybe a Bubba Sparks look.
Listen,
Bubba Sparks
he
look.
looks like
Sound?
Bubba Sparks, but he's unique.
I never
Like,
heard
I'm
I never
telling
heard
you,
what does
anybody.
it sound
I-
like? Before I hear it, I want to just like, what is it like?
He's in his own shit.
You gotta
He's the
listen
void.
to it.
He's
Is it South? Is it like?
he's the belly of rap right
Make
now.
sure
You know
you
what
look
I'm
him up
saying? Like,
300. Like I'm trying to tell you, I know obviously you're a producer, DJ. And I'm telling you guys, like I have a really good ear for music.
Yeah, you do.
I was like, and I follow Andy Boy, and I've obviously you were at the studio.
Yeah.
You got a really nice studio, and as I'm following it, I just see this kid playing around. He's not serious. He's like,
Those are the best.
And I'm like,
best vibes.
and then he went in the studio and actually he was rapping or singing or whatever. And when he was singing, they were recording. Andy was in the booth or whatever, or behind the keyboard. And I was just like, this kid's good. So I don't give props for any gimmicky type, but I could tell that's who he is, and he's a natural.
Wow.
So like I said before,
He's
I don't get props
21
for that.
years
Dog,
old.
and he ain't forcing shit. He's
Nah,
not
dude.
trying to dress like a rapper. He's
Listen,
just being himself.
You know what he
Like,
reminds, you know what he
the
reminds
best
me of?
shit
Originality? A King Tetris. King Tetris, there's, to me, like
It's like that is a
King
good.
Tetris is a unique rapper. He doesn't
Yes.
like. He don't give a fuck about what you think. He comes out the way he comes out, and
Word,
he's
thank
never
you.
changed his style. Obviously, that's why he got signed to Rock Nation.
Yeah.
So, but the true story, Tony and I went to King Tetris' stuff even before he got signed. We're sitting out there. He comes out with this little
Just-
tie on.
yo, I'm talking, it looked
weird
weird.
suit. My wife's next to me. She goes, "What are we doing here?" And I said, "Just listen to him." He went up there and killed it. Won the
Killed it.
competition.
It was like shock value.
It was,
shock
either,
value.
It was either 99
vibe.
games or something. He won the talent competition. When he won it, Tony was like, "Why am I here? Why'd you bring me here?" I said, "Listen, man, this kid is good. And Tony heard him. Tony goes, "Oh my God!" And Tony's a rapper,
Right.
Ever since then, he's been in our camp. He comes to every belly.
Yo, that's my
He
little
hangs
bro,
out with
bro.
us. Yeah,
That's like my little bro.
Shout
bro.
out to Manny, his manager, and now
Manny,
he
all
got
day.
signed to Rock Nation, and now he's in New York right now, and he's he's doing record stuff. Those unique personalities is what makes these days. It's kind of like how Kanye came out, unique personality. But we don't see it these days with these. I'm sorry to say it, these YNs. It's the same thing. Trap, grab a gun, do this. Yeah, I got jewelry. I got this.
Bitches.
Bitches, niggas. No, like
now
I s-
niggas.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
So I gotta ask you a question, man, which I already know what the answer is gonna be. I don't even know why I'm asking the question. Okay. Obviously, you came up in the game. You traveled all around the world. You've been obviously you had a residency in New York. You've been influenced by some of the biggest artists, producers, DJs in the industry. Who's the biggest DJ that influenced your career? I already know who it is.
It's two people. You might not. You
I know who it
might
is.
know one out of two.
Okay.
But
Can he guess?
go. Yeah, I want to. Let me hear your guess first.
LS1.
No,
Oh.
I love LS.
Oh, okay. I thought he'd be one of your.
But the thing is, LS came so much later in my career. Like I didn't know about him when I started, so
cut that
it's
out.
hard. No, you could keep it there.
Okay.
I give LS his props because LS
Okay.
gave me a lot of opportunities. It was just I didn't know.
I just thought it was
think
because
think
I
about
thought
it.
it
I
was-
started pre-internet, so I didn't know LS1 existed until Epps brought him down to a party and I met him, and me
Yeah.
and him met and we hit it off.
So
And
shit, it has to be before then. Okay.
now, did
So I was way off.
LS give me a lot of knowledge and made me step my game up? Hell yeah. But
Okay.
influence to me is from the beginning. Like who?
So you would probably say Kid Capri.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
At Kid Capri
Okay.
made me believe I could fly.
Okay. So
Because-
maybe I should have said in Miami, but I get what you're saying.
But let me tell you why. I was a DJ that was once afraid to speak on the mic because speaking on the mic in South Beach was not a thing. I was literally the first DJ who was an MC.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was if there was any talking, they had an MC. It was never the DJ who did the mic.
Right.
And that's why I was able to shine. But I learned that from watching Kid Capri. When
Right.
Epps would bring him down to his Freaky Fridays party. I was standing in the crowd, be like, what the fuck? Or playing fucking 10 seconds of a song.
He
And
moves the crowd, man. with
I
that
ain't never
voice.
seen no shit like that. And then the person that
Wow.
really, I'm gonna tell you the DJ who influenced my style to get me to a point where I started making real money. Because I'll be honest with you, like the hip hop shit is not where I made my money. One night, Justin Levine, who was one of the owners of Opium Group, was like, "Yo, there's this DJ coming in from LA. His name's DJ AM. I
he's
want you."
huge.
Yeah, he passed away. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
He was like, "I want you to go hear this guy because I think he's the future." And he's like, "I know you love playing open format and playing multi-genre, but I think you need to just come out and hear him." It was like a
Okay.
random Tuesday or Wednesday night. And it was crazy because this was right at the transition when DJs went from records to Serato. I didn't have Serato yet. I didn't even know what Serato was, but I knew there was a computer program. And before that, it was Final Scratch. And anyways, I show up to this party.
Right.
And I walk in, and he wasn't on yet. The opener was playing. So then he got on, and within 5 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? I was mesmerized because I used to play open format, but not in a way where it was like jumping from genre to genre and
Right.
creative and mashups and all this shit. And the first thing I thought was like, how's he doing this? These records don't exist on vinyl. So what the fuck is going on?
Right.
So I'm like doing my fucking Sherlock Holmes shit.
Yeah.
And I see he's on
Right.
he's on a laptop and he's playing records and the record is moving a file on the laptop. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? So that's when I really found out like this was like a beta version of Serato. I think he was the first person like really on it.
Wow.
And then it made me like start to rethink shit. So what I started to do was we still had like CD players that you could DJ on at the time. So I was like, I got to figure out like how to get in this headspace of not to be like him, but how to make like how
Make it your own.
my take on this.
Yeah.
And then when I started doing it, doors started opening for me in venues that, I had a reputation as being like the hip hop guy.
Right. Exactly.
I dressed a certain way,
Yeah,
I
he
looked a
was.
certain way,
Right,
the
right.
big jewelry and the
Yeah.
flashy shit. And I was like, okay, it's not about this. Like I could really find a lane that I believe every 5 years you got to reinvent yourself. No
Yeah,
matter, no
100%.
no
5
matter
years
what,
is,
no matter what world you're in, lawyer,
100%.
doctor,
100%.
promoter. When y'all hit your 5-year belly, maybe it's gonna become big belly. You know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? But
Pregnant belly for
but-
another genre.
But that was like right at my 5 years. So I was like, oh, this is going to be my reinvention. I started thinking like, okay, well, what would people want? I don't want to lose core of who I am, but maybe I need to be a little bit more accepted outside of this hip hop world. Let me try dressing better.
Yes.
Let me try wearing clothes that fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I started to notice that I started carrying myself differently and people started treating me differently.
Yeah.
I started acting like, I feel like in the hip hop world, we are taught to look like we have money, but we were never taught to get money. So
And keep it.
Right, and keep it. So I was like,
What is it? Fake it till you make it.
right. So I went from worried about wearing cleaner jeans and nicer chains or bigger chains. Like before it was about the bigger chain. So like for me,
Right.
I just started evolving.
Right.
And then when I stepped into that world where I realized that less is more and let your skills do the talking, I really started to see money that
Red lights going on.
I started to see money that I was like, wait a second, I
shit.
could make this kind of money DJing? I
Yeah.
don't have to chase motherfuckers for a couple $100s. Like,
Wow.
And that's when everything started to change for me. And that's what made me, you know, step into the Vegas side of shit, the LA
Yeah.
side of shit, and New York and Miami, and be able to be well cultured and know that now Red Bull's calling me for parties and corporate companies.
That's
and I did
amazing,
the CEO of Geico's birthday party at the Wynwood Walls. I started stepping into
Wow.
shit that I would have never ever had access to
Yeah.
if I was walking around with a throwback jersey down on my knees.
Right.
You know, in those days.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, core influence, bro. Kid Capri, you know, and AM. But then there's people along the way that started making me want to step my game up. Like Ellis was definitely one of those
Yeah.
people. I was also heavily influenced by a guy from Paris that moved here named DJ Sub-Zero, who lives here now.
Okay.
He was brought into the Opium group. He came here from Paris, and I was like, oh, fuck, I actually got to step my game up now because I thought I was that dude. And he was like a DMC champion from Paris that was also a really well-rounded DJ. And guys like him made me really be like, yo, I got to step my shit up.
Yeah.
You know? So, and along the way, I've met a lot of people, even young kids now that I'm kind of like, I got to start listening to them because now I got to understand if I'm an older guy playing for a younger crowd, I got to
100%.
keep my ears in the street.
Yes.
You got to
So,
keep
yeah.
evolving.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Amazing. All right, so we got the speed round.
Oh, yeah.
Speed round.
Yeah.
All right, so since you're a DJ, producer, so should we do DJ producer or just DJ or just producer?
Both.
Both?
Both.
DJ producer?
Why don't you separate them? Yeah.
You want to do separate?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do 3 categories. All right, you cannot. Right line.
You
You can hear that shit?
Every time I hear it, it's like the death horn.
Exactly. And it was actually. That's why there's a door, a car. They
I
that thing
heard.
ran
He told
into
me the
it.
story.
I went directly through.
It's crazy.
It's been 6 months.
All right, so check it. Lightning round. All right, so you cannot think about it. You just got to spit it out. You can't think about it. All right, you ready?
I don't even know what's happening, but I'll try.
Here we go. So you got top 5 DJs. Go.
Kid Capri, DJ AM, LS1, Sub-Zero, Scram Jones.
Boom. Nice.
Quick.
All right, ready for round 2?
Yeah.
Top 5 MCs.
Oof. So wait, that's a very wide open question. My
Top 5
favorite,
MCs.
or
You're
just
MC.
like top like
Your top 5.
Oh,
Your
I mean,
top 5.
Let's
Go.
I'm gonna say fucking Biggie.
Yeah.
Big L. I still like Pac. I know you guys are gonna laugh at this one because I'm from Miami.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
Pitbull?
No,
Luke.
this is gonna be left field as fuck. JT Money.
Oh my God, we're actually gonna get him on a podcast.
Yeah, it's something for me because.
Who that?
But is it been all over spreading butt?
But the
cheeks?
problem thing is
Why?
like
I need to know why.
just because he was the first one who made ignorant rap cool. Like all of it, like there would be I don't think there would be a Trick Daddy if it wasn't for JT Money. There wouldn't be a lot of these ignorant rappers that are dope as fuck if it wasn't for him. He made ignorant rap cool. So it's not about lyrical ability. That's why I asked you a question. Like
So
rapper,
keeping it real.
yeah, like so one of those things is it was more it's like a random thing, but it's like I remember hearing his shit for the first time, and to me that was my first take on like what I consider ignorant rap, but it made sense. Like if you listen to
Got
his
you.
verses and shit, he was saying some dope shit.
Yeah.
But then he gave you
kept it
that
real.
anchor hook to like lock you in. Well, who
Wow,
the fuck you
okay.
that?
Kept it gutter. Like
And,
bend on over and spread them butt shakes. Jones neck.
Who that shit had me like this. Who that. I was like, yo,
That's 4.
that's 4, yeah.
And honestly, I think now who stepped into the arena for me is I love Kendrick Lamar.
Whoa.
Oh, so we can all agree that Kendrick smacked the shit out of Drake.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
I mean Drake.
Tariq?
Look, I don't want to be a hater.
Drake have a better.
Look,
catalog?
Drake is an amazing actor and
Yeah.
a delivery artist.
Harmony,
But
melodic.
when you're in the industry and you know of the Quentin Millers and the Busy Crooks and all of these people that are like writing his shit, like Busy's from Miami, Quentin is from Atlanta, like you ain't a rapper if everyone's writing your shit. Now is Drake a dope ass artist, like a painter, like you know,
Yes, 1,000.
like I'm not looking at him for an original piece. I'm saying that boy could throw up a mural. Like he's amazing. He delivers the
Said he's a
message
good
better
actor.
than almost
Oh
anybody.
yeah,
You said
100%.
he's a good
But
actor.
but someone's writing his shit. Same thing
Right.
with Beyonce. You know, it takes.
You know what that reminds me of is our debate between Prince and Michael Jackson, right? Because personally, you think Prince.
I do.
Because he was so
Because he was
talented,
all around
artist and all
He's a
that.
better musician.
But who would you rather listen to?
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
That's
Well,
how
Michael
I feel.
Jackson has way more of a catalog.
But
than
now you're
Prince,
talking
too.
about talent. I said
He has
Prince
like
has
a
better
zillion
talent.
songs, huh?
Yeah, I said Prince has more
Who
talent.
would you rather?
Talent.
Who would you rather see in heels, Michael Jackson or Prince?
Shit.
They're on
Definitely Prince.
I'm going.
Fuck that shit.
If they were both alive, I'll go to a Michael Jackson concert before I go to a Prince concert.
and that's it comes back
But now
around.
but as a musician, somebody that played music, I just have a better respect for Prince because he played every instrument ever made.
But again, that's a different product. That's like what I was saying before about like the artist DJ versus the DJ. Like when everybody got so fucking bent out of shape about Beck winning best album of the year over Beyonce.
Yeah, but
the
Beck was
Grammys
awesome.
doesn't judge by like the hype of the crowd. They're like, he wrote the shit, produced the shit, composed the shit,
I actually like
mastered
Beck.
the shit, and Beyonce had like 173 people put together her
I
album.
actually like Beck.
Wow.
That's why the Grammy committee was like, Beck is gonna get it because he
Originality.
sold the millions of albums too, but he did it all himself. Like,
Originality.
you don't need
Crazy.
173 fucking people to make an album. That's crazy.
It's wild.
I would love
But
to
with
have
that
a
being
Beyonce
said,
placement.
though,
Yeah.
going back to Drake and Kendrick, I'd rather hear Drake.
Me too.
So that's that whole thing.
But that, I mean, it's different. You're talking about best MC from like a MC standpoint. Now, if I'm at a party, I'll take Drake all day.
All day.
over Kendrick.
All day.
When that whole battle was going on, Kendrick sounds mad all the time.
Yeah.
But if you listen to his shit, it's fucking crazy.
Top 5 producers.
Timberland, Swizz Beats, fucking
First time we heard
Premier,
that.
Primo.
First time we
Premier
heard
for
Swizz.
sure.
Of course.
That's a good one.
T minus.
Oh, first time.
That's the first one. That's the first time we ever heard that.
I think he's just under the radar, but no one realized how many. I mean, he's done everything. Like in this new generation, he's king.
Kanye.
What, one more? No, Dr. Dre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Dre.
Good call.
Kanye, he's there, but Dre's Dre. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Dre's gonna always.
Oh,
follow
and Rick
everybody.
Rubin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's hard for me on the producer one. I don't.
Yeah.
There's so, I mean,
Well, your outlook on it's going to be different than a lot of people that we've done a podcast with. Your outlook's going to be kind of like a Static Selector because Static's the same way. You know, he gets stuck. He's a producer. So when we interviewed him, it was the same thing. He
Yeah,
was just
exactly.
like, he was like, oh man.
I also like different producers for different things. Now,
Yeah.
if you said favorite hip hop producer or favorite producer, that's two different things.
Yeah.
You
We
know what I'm
just
saying?
said-
So
that's a new category that we could
Yeah.
probably bring out the game.
because there's guys like Max Martin and Dr. Luke that I think are the most, or Benny Blanco. No, fuck that.
Benny Blanco.
Yeah.
You know, if right now, if we're talking about music in general, I would say Benny Blanco, Dr. Luke, Max Martin, like that. I mean, that Teddy Riley.
Oh, yeah.
You know, shit like
Wow.
that. But I mean, I didn't know if you
Classic.
got hip hop or not. But
All right, well, that was the Belly Boys podcast where we talk
Yes.
about things that matter and things that don't. But we definitely talked about things that matter. So
Midgets.
let's give it up for DJ Effect.